Brant Wilkerson-New, ACCXtra.com, Greensboro News and Record here at Kenan Stadium after North Carolina's victory over James Madison. Early on, it looked like this one was going to be a shootout all the way through. James Madison scored on their first three possessions. Carolina scored on their first three possessions. Looked like it was going to be a tough day for the defense before they finally settled in. Larry Fedora said after the game that it was kind of a mental thing, just some negativity on the first drive led to just some lapses and some penalties and some mistakes. And suddenly Carolina found themselves down to James Madison 21-14 before settling in and pulling away for a 56-28 victory. The good was Mitch Trubisky looked like the Mitch Trubisky that Carolina fans expected all along. He was 24 of 27, 432 yards with 3 touchdowns. Carolina's offense was balanced all night. They scored 5 rushing touchdowns, and they really carried the defense through a tough stretch. See, that's going to be a problem moving forward, is that Carolina can't afford situations like that against tough ACC competition, like they're going to face next week, starting with Pittsburgh in a game that may end up deciding the Coastal Division down the road. After the game, defensive players kind of talked about their disappointment with what happened tonight defensively. James Madison is a good offensive team. They had averaged 68 points and 405 yards coming in, but still, it's an FCS team, and you just can't have that. So this is kind of another example of Carolina's run defense just not quite being where it needs to be just yet to compete in the ACC. It's going to be interesting to see how that develops moving forward, especially with such a strong Pitt team coming in with James Conner next week. But overall, it was a really encouraging day for the offense. Finally got the deep ball. Mac Hollins and Ryan Switzer caught some deep passes. Even Bug Howard was getting downfield. So moving forward, it's going to be interesting to see just how that continues to develop. And if Carolina can clean up some of the things that they did tonight with penalties, 10 penalties for 110 yards, and Larry Fedora was clearly disappointed with that. So moving forward, Carolina, they can prove that they are still the team to beat in the Coastal Division starting next weekend with Pitt.